Good morning. Good morning. You beautifully wild souls. Good morning. Good morning. You guys, this morning has been very eventful, actually. Very eventful for me. I'm just happy to be on. I have been doing so many different things, but I'm here. I'm on live. Like I said I would be. I wanted to be here earlier with you guys, but so much has happened in such a short amount of time. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. We are talking about fear. We're talking about fear. Fear. And fear runs together with guilt. I don't know if you guys know that or not. They're like best friends. They're besties. Fear and guilt. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but they are. So we'll be talking mainly about fear today and sound bowls and how we can affect that. But let me start off by introducing myself. I'm Brittany Wilder. I am a wealth and wellness energy healer, and I help ambitious women align their energy, okay, so that they can attract the things that they want out of their wellness, out of their weight loss, and out of their wealth. Excuse me. That's what I do, okay? Help people align their energy, women specifically, because that is a population that is automatically attracted to me. That's who I attract when I go out here in this world is women. A lot of boss babes, CEOs, business owners. Those are my people. Those are my people, okay? Hey, TikTok, I see you guys going crazy over there. What's up? Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I'm on live. We're talking about fear today, you guys. Fear. Fear. And how we can get rid of fear with using sound healing. Hey, good morning. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't got my glasses on. You know, I'll be squinting. They call me Squint. Listen, the reason why we're talking about fear is because that really came up for me last night. Fear really came up for me last night. Hey, good morning. I see you on TikTok. Yes, so fear. So when we're talking about fear, when we're talking about sound healing, right? Sound therapy and fear and how we can get rid of fear. Utilizing the Hertz 396. Why did I just feel like my light went? Y'all see that? I'm not tripping, right? Okay, I'm like, wait. My light just went out. What's going on? Fear. When we're talking about utilizing sound therapy, music therapy, sound bowl healing, all the above, we're going to utilize Hertz 396. That's to really get rid of fear, release fear, let it go, that sort of thing, to calm our nerves and our wavelengths so that we can be calm and relaxed, right? So we're not fearing things. Some of the things that clients have come to me about when it comes down to fear is fear of what's been happening lately, fear of love, fear of opening my heart to love again, fear of, allowing somebody to come into my space again, fear of being open and honest with somebody and being my authentic self, fear of success. That's another one that I deal with clients. A big fear of success, a big fear of failure, right? Some people have both. Some people are like, I'm scared to fail, but I'm scared to succeed too. So it's like, what you gonna do? Right? It's like you fearing one thing and you fearing the other thing, and then you got a 50-50 chance of both. So what you gonna do? You either gonna take a chance and hope that this is the time that you succeed, but also know that failure is part of the process. Let me say that again, because that's for somebody. That just came up. Failure is part of the process, right? So if you do try something, if you're fearful of trying something, but you do try, you do step out on faith and believe that because you got that vision, God gave you something because this is yours to have, and it's yours to do, and it's part of your purpose, and it's part of your everything. If you do happen to fail, well, you learn a lot from your failure. And that's why failure is part of the process. Right? This isn't my first time trying to be an entrepreneur full time. Let me tell you that. This is not my first time. with entrepreneurship. No, ma'am. No spam, no ham. No, this is not my first time becoming an entrepreneur full time. I failed the first time. Oh, and I failed the other time before that. This is my third time being a full-time entrepreneur. Isn't that amazing? Failure is part of the process. So if you have a fear of failing, you're going to rob yourself of the process. Because what if I stopped, you guys, because I had a fear of failure? And I'm one of those who had it both. I had the fear of failure, and I had the fear of succeeding, right? Because if I succeed and if I become the millionaire that God has told me I am, then what does that mean? What does that mean if I actually succeed? What? What does that mean for me? So that means that I can't live in my trauma. I can't blame it on my trauma anymore, why I'm being held back. I can't blame it on my breakup, why I'm being held back. I can't blame it on the things that I used to blame it on. If I succeed? What? Right? I know that's crazy to say, but that's really what my mind thought. I really was afraid of succeeding, and I was afraid of failure. And so because I had a fear of both, I didn't do anything for a long time. So I'm trying to shake whoever that is that has that fear of failure and that fear of succeeding, and both of them. And it's kind of like you're stuck and you're in limbo and you're going back and forth and you got parts. First, you need to come to me for a parts integration session. Yes, because you got some parts there, right? I have a fear of succeeding and I have a fear of failure. There's some parts. Part of you wants to succeed. Part of you, is too afraid and wants to fail because you don't want to succeed and you don't know how that's going to look like in your new life when you're actually successful, when you're actually happy, when you're actually joyful, because you've been miserable for so long. Because you've been brokenhearted for so long. And sometimes when we've been in that state where we're constantly going through, we're constantly in crisis, we're constantly frustrated and sad and mad about what's going on in our lives, well, we get addicted to that feeling. Y'all, I'm coming out the gate. I don't know where this is coming from, but I know it's coming out the gate and it's coming hot. It's coming hot. You get addicted to the feeling of being miserable. You get addicted to the feeling of being unfulfilled in your life. You get addicted to that feeling over and over and over again. So the thought of you actually succeeding and being happy, the thought of you actually being with somebody who loves you and being happy, who is this for? The thought of you actually moving into a new space that you've never been in before because you've been so miserable for so many years. You've been so hurt. You've been in pain. You've been in trauma. And that's been clockwork. It's clockwork. I'm in this relationship. I'm happy for a little bit and boom, this happens. Now I'm sad again. Now I'm hurt again. Now I'm trying to find somebody else again. I don't wait long. I don't do my healing. I don't work on what I need to do. But I find somebody else and they make me happy and I'm happy temporarily. And here we go again. The cycle never ends. Who am I talking to? Fear. Fear. It is real and it will affect you in every aspect of your life if you allow it to. If you allow it to, right? There's always a choice. We always have a choice. We get to choose what happens. We get to choose what we give our energy to. And when you're doing new things, and I know all about new things, because I'm one of those people that if I think about it and I feel like it's time for me to go and do it, I'm going to do it. Ask my friends, ask my family. If you followed me on social media for a little bit, you will see that I have done new things. I branded my company a little over a year ago. Rebranded 6 months later, not even 6 months. A new thing. Why? Because God said, hey, guess what? That no longer fits what we're doing. This is what I want you to do. I want you to utilize all your spiritual gifts. Do you understand what that means? See, in the first brand that I gave you, that wasn't utilizing all your spiritual gifts. It was utilizing some of them. Yeah. No, baby, you got to utilize all of them. Right here today. So guess what that means? Rebrand. Guess what that means? New things. New services. Yeah. And it'd be like that. And if I would have been in my fear, if I would have held on to the fear of trying something new, then I never would have took a step and I never would have walked into what God has for me. Do you understand how much fear can affect our future? It can affect our present. It can affect everything that's going on if we allow it to control everything that's happening. We got to get rid of the fear. Whatever your fear is, right? And here's the other thing. You have to become so in tune with yourself, so in tune with source, God, higher power, whoever, whatever you call it. The higher power that controls all the things, that allows things to divinely come together, whatever and whoever you call it. I call it God, you may call it something else. You have to become so in tune with that the fear that you have in your human body, right? Because we're human. So we have these human traits and we have these human emotions and we have these human things. You have to become so in tune with source, so in alignment with God, higher power, like I said, whatever and whoever you call it, that you don't allow the human trait of fear, the human emotion of fear, to keep you away from walking into what is already yours divinely, what has already been yours, what has already been in your path, what higher power, what God has allowed you to walk into. You have to become so in tune, you guys, that you do it scared, that you, what? God told me to quit my job. I quit it. I have worked since I was 14 years old, you guys. I am 36. I have worked a job since I was 14 years old. You think my ass wasn't scared? Like, hold up, God, hold on. Wait, quit. Hold on. Wait a minute. You hit me with the quit my job. Stop this. Right? But I did it. And had I let the fear run rampant and go crazy and run my life, I wouldn't be in the blessings. I wouldn't be the doors opening, all these opportunities happening, all these different collaborations happening, me being offered all these different things to do, to speak on stages, to MC for this, to MC for that, to be over this, to partner with this group of people. Had I not quit my job, had I been fearful and let the fear just keep on operating, scared to move forward, scared to take a step back, scared to do anything, scared to move at all, I would have been stagnant, you guys, and miserable. Everybody who knows me knows I love to teach. I don't love to teach traditionally. It wore me the hell out. It wore me out. Thank you, guys. Thank you, TikTok. Teaching wore me out. Wore me out. So I would have been miserable had I stayed stagnant and in fear. And a lot of the times fear is what is causing us not to walk into our blessings. Our blessings. Thank you for the roses, love. Our blessings. They're here for you. They're here for you. God brought them for you. We're not going to let fear control the things. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for, love you guys. Thank you. Thank you, TikTok. We're not going to let fear dictate what we do in this year. Hello? I know I'm not. Baby, listen. I cannot, because fear is going to stop me from walking into my purpose and from helping other people walk into their purpose, from helping other people heal, from helping other people get rid of their own fear. I will do that shit scared before I not do anything at all. And the people I know personally, and those who have been following me for a while, you know, I go to bat for my clients, for my family, for my friends, for whoever. If you got me, you got me. You know what I'm saying? I can't allow fear to take over my life, because that won't allow me to be where I need to be in order to help others. And I just can't. Like I said, you got to be so far in alignment. You got to be so stuck into higher power and to God and to knowing who you are. See, a lot of us, we allow fear to take over because we don't know who we are. We don't know the power we hold. So we're not going to allow fear to do that. Push forward. I know it's scary as hell. Oh, It's scary. It is. It is. But guess what? It's supposed to be. And if you have dreams and goals and things that you see, visions that you see that don't scare the hell out of you, then baby, it's not big enough. It's not really for you. I have dreams and visions that God gives me, and I'm like, God, how? How we get in there? Like, okay. But it's one step at a time. It's one day at a time. It's one step at a time, and it's one day at a time. See, I used to think that when I got these big, huge visions of where I'm at and how I'm up on these beautiful big stages with thousands and thousands of people all over. See, I used to think that okay, is that happening tomorrow, God? No. Right? No. If God put me on a stage tomorrow with hundreds and thousands of people, I'm going to have a little bit of a problem, y'all. Now, I speak right now in front of hundreds of people. Easily, maybe 1,000. I've probably spoken in front of maybe 1,000, maybe 2 of people. I've been on stages all my life, been performing all my life, from spoken word to singing to dancing to you name it, I've done it, right? All my life. But speaking to hundreds and thousands of people, and I mean hundreds and thousands of people in Africa, like it's a mission trip, like it's real. I don't know what is going on in this vision, but it's real. I'm not ready for that right now, God, but I'm taking baby steps. I am speaking. I am doing all the things. And that's all you got to do is take one step forward. So I don't know who that's for. Maybe you have a huge vision and it's scaring the hell out of you. And all God's asking you to do is take one step forward. If it's a vision of speaking like mine, take one step forward to be a speaker. What does that mean? Search for speaking things locally. Search for things in your area. Ask people about different speaking engagements. Create your own events. Hello? Manifesting Sister Circle, February 22nd. If you're in Atlanta, please come out. We are manifesting the life we want to live. Getting rid of the fear, baby. We are letting it go so that we can walk into what we truly desire and what we truly want out of life. Because some of us have a fear of saying and speaking on what we truly want out of life. Ooh, God. We're so afraid. We're so afraid that we're not going to get it that we don't even speak on it. Who is that for? I just said this the other day to one of my close friends. Y'all, when I went through my divorce, I was devastated, right? Obviously, right? Divorce isn't supposed to be easy, right? Especially when you truly love someone. Now, there are some people who got married for the wrong reasons, whatever, but I put my heart on the line. Y'all know me. I love hard, heavy. I'm giving it all, right? So my divorce was very difficult. And after that, I was like, I'm never falling in love again. I'm never going to be in a relationship. I don't even want kids. Like, somebody was like, you want more kids? I'm like, hell nah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm hurt, right? I'm speaking out of a space of hurt, right? That's not the truth. I was so afraid to allow somebody to love me. So afraid to open my heart again because of what I went through in a divorce. That I lied to myself and was like, I don't want no love. I don't want no kids. I'm good. What? You come in contact with me and you know I am nothing but a big ass ball of love. What I look like saying I don't want no love. I don't want no kids. What? So now you just lying. And my friend, I just got done telling my friend a couple of days ago. I was like, I want a son. She was like, I knew you wanted a son. I knew this the whole time. I already know. I'm like, whatever. It took me a while to get here, okay? Took me a while to get here, right? Because I started opening my heart to love again. But I was like, but still no kids, though. Nah, I'm good. Like, I definitely want a son. I have a daughter. I definitely want a son. She deserves a sibling when that happens. And in God's timing, it will. But that fear, if I allowed that fear of coming out of a divorce and it stopping me, mine too, but I'm delivered now and ready to love. Amen. Yes, we at peace with each other. Amen. Girl, listen, when you go through a hard breakup, you go through a divorce, it'll make you not want to love again. I know Valentine's Day coming up, but Lord, I'm talking about love. What? Nah, let me just love God. Like, I'm good. I don't want to love another man. I don't want to deal with his trauma and my trauma to God. No, I don't. Right? But when it's right, it's right. When it is right, it's right, you know? And, there's some work that has to be done after you deal with trauma and toxicity and terrible breakups and all that stuff. And as long as you're willing to do the work and, like my sis said, was delivered, Yes. Amen. I love to hear it. Ooh, I love to hear stuff like that. That makes my heart happy. Don't allow that fear to stop you from getting your blessing. Right? Because that fear can be the thing that's stopping you from the most beautiful relationship, the most beautiful friendship, the most beautiful life, the most beautiful opportunity, the most beautiful career, right? Because we're afraid that we go into something that feels familiar, seems a little familiar, that it's going to come out with the same familiar outcome of hurt and pain and trauma and me crying, me laying out, stretched out on the floor in the fetal position, hurt and broken. And that's not true. That's not true. You know, they say the enemy attacks our mind, right? With fear, coking us up on fear and anxiety, feeling like, oh, this is love again. This is, I don't know. Right? Nothing like having a son. I love my son. We have a beautiful bond. Exactly. Look, I'm like, I want the mother-daughter or the mother-son vibe too. You know, I want to experience that in my life, if I can be honest here. Right? Right? But I was really like, I don't want no more kids. I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to do nothing. Like, so much to the point, like, yeah, I'm very honest on my live, you guys. I was even to the point where I was like, I don't even want to have sex. I'm done with that. I got a rose. Like, I'm good. Oh, that's a mess. It's terrible. What? Me? Nah, ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Taking my time to get there, but that ain't gonna work for the rest of my life. I tell you right now, not me. Not me, the sensual queen, the loving queen. The love is all over me. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Hey, princess. Listen, you guys, fear. Don't allow it to take over your life. Don't allow it to lead. Don't allow it to, like I said, the enemy will try to coke you up on fear and anxiety so that you miss out on your blessings, but your blessings are for you. So the moment you make the decision to be like, nah, I'm not gonna let this fear control this, it's nothing but fear. And you can ask yourself, y'all, I do that all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I learned about dealing with the unconscious mind, I'm an NLP coach, right? By trade, right? That's one of the things that I mastered in. I'm a master coach in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Look it up. It's all about your mind. It's all about your mindset. It's all about reframing your mind. It's all the things, right? So reframing our mind from living in these traumatic cycles and these toxic traits and these cycles and breaking the barriers and the things that we've constantly thought about because we didn't know another way. Right? That's what NLP is about. That's why I was so attracted to it, because I grew up with tons of trauma and it caused me to think a certain way, a negative way. And when you think negatively, what comes out of your life is negativity. It's a constant cycle. And then you start to realize that once I shift my mindset, once I start thinking more positively about this, or start thinking, giving this life, right? Life and death, our tongue, right? That's where it lies, right? Life and death. We decide on if we're going to give life to this situation, if we're going to give life to this, or if we're going to give death to this, right? Each and every day, the things that we say over ourselves, the things that we speak to other people, whatever comes out of your mouth, you're the first to hear, right? Right? I'm speaking to somebody that knows about this. I know. So in NLP and all the above, when you allow fear to run and you allow fear to lead the way and you allow the thoughts in your minds, and sometimes those thoughts are dropped in our minds from the enemy to keep us stagnant, to keep us afraid, to keep us stuck in our spaces, to keep us feeling like we're not deserving, to keep us feeling like we are unworthy. It's a trick of the enemy. Do not believe those things, okay? Reframe your mind and shift your mind. But when I started doing the work, I started recognizing that I can speak to my unconscious mind. I can speak the things over myself. I can speak to it, and that will allow it to accept the things. I can ask questions and it'll come up, right? Now, when I learned NLP, I learned it from somebody who taught me that it wasn't spiritual. And then I started doing the work myself, and I said, oh no, baby, this is spirit. This is Holy Spirit, actually, right? This is Holy Spirit. Because how am I getting these answers about the things? How am I receiving these things? Dropping things in my spirit. I was like, oh no, this is God operating, right? That's what I started noticing when I started doing the work, right? And I started asking questions. God, what's going on? Why do I feel that? God would be like, because you're scared. Because there's fear. Because you're afraid that it might actually work out this time. Because you're afraid that if this happens and this works out for me, well, then I can't tell this constant sob story that I've been telling over my life about how I'm so unlucky. I can't tell this story to make people feel bad for me anymore because it actually worked out. I actually became successful. I actually became the millionaire. Isn't that crazy? But when you've been stuck with something and something has been running in your mind over and over and over again to the point where you believe it about yourself, well, then it's hard to shift the narrative. It takes a little time, right? When I finally believed that I was unworthy of this and that, well, now it takes time for me to reverse that and know that I'm worthy. It takes a little time of speaking to myself and telling myself constantly. Just like affirmations, talk about affirmations, right? They're amazing. Affirmations can be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. If you believe them. Let me say that. If you believe them. If you believe them. Because sometimes we say an affirmation, and here's how we say it. I am peaceful. Yay. Peace is all around me. What? Oh, you believe that? You believe that? You have to believe that thing at the core of your being. In your heart space, I gotta believe I am at peace, ease, and flow in each and everything that I do. I am walking into my purpose. I am divinely guided each and every day. You hear the difference? I believe that in the core of my being. That I am being guided. I am being directed. Thank you, God. Thank you. I am being directed by Holy Spirit, by God. And I'm crying. Y'all know I will boo-hoo cry. I believe that thing in my spirit. And if your affirmations that you are saying, if the things that you put on your mirror are cute because I saw it off of TikTok and it doesn't move you, baby, those aren't your affirmations. Find some new ones that move you, that make you feel that thing at the core of your being. When I say life is working out for me. When I say that thing, I believe it. And you got to believe it. So when you are up against fear, you got to have some affirmations. You got to have some things that fight against that. We talk about doing our work. We talk about putting our armor on. And a lot of times we're just walking out here all willy-nilly. Thoughts come and we just allow the thoughts just to hang out in our minds. Y'all know I'm super animated. But listen, when a thought comes that doesn't match up with what you see in your future, with how you see your higher being, get rid of that thought. Battle that bad thought with something good. What? I hear a thought like, yeah, you ain't never gonna get that. Hold up! Y'all, for real. And it will be real dramatic. I'll be like, I may be walking down the street, and if I get a thought that does not match up with who I see myself to be, who God has told me I am, I don't think so. I am abundantly gifted. What? I am one of God's favorites, and I'll say that in a drop of a hat. Why? Because he can call on me and I will do his work at any given time, and he knows. And that's why he calls on me often. Brittany, I'm going to need you to talk to this woman right here. I'm going to need you to tell her outfit looks good. I'm going to need you to tell her what you do in your life. I'm going to need you to tell her that you're offering services, free services at that. I'd be like, God, free? Yes, free services for her. Right? But that's how God is with me. And I learned a long time ago just to be obedient. Because what happens if you're not obedient, that's what hurts. For real. Like, okay, God, I'm going to give her the services for free. Because what happens is I give her the services for free and then God sends 10, 15 other people that need that same service that are paying full, sometimes 2 times what I could have got from that one client. But God told me to give her the services for free and I listened and I was obedient. And that woman then began to tell her friends and her friends' friends and her friends' friends that are coming with money to get the same service. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Don't you let that fear stop you from walking into your next step. Because if I would have been fearful about giving services away for free, thank you, confetti. Come on, confetti. If I would have been fearful about giving those services away for free to that woman, I never would have got the abundance of clients that came after her. And that's how fear will stop us. That's how the enemy will try to trick us. You giving your services away for free? What? God told you to do that? Nah, you done made it somewhere. Girl, you done did all the certifications. So you giving up stuff for free? I would have listened to that. Baby, I wouldn't have had them other clients that came behind that woman that I gave the services to for free. Understand me when I say, get in alignment. If you don't do nothing else, get in alignment. And speak life over yourself. Nah, God told me to do this, so surely there's something coming behind this that's going to bless me. Surely something's going to happen. God's not just going to let me give out stuff for free without there being blessings that come behind it. Nah, not if he organized it and directed it. Nah, I don't believe that. Got to start taking authority over your thoughts. Because if you allow fear to push you, you allow fear to run it, you're going to hit your head up against a bunch of walls, I promise you. You got to believe that you are living abundantly. You got to believe that God wants the best for you at all times. Spirit wants the best for you at all times. And everything is in divine order. And when it is time to pop, it is time to pop. That's it. But you're not going to pop if you sit there and you let fear keep you stagnant and stuck. Move forward. Trust and believe. Trust the process. Y'all know I said that 100 times. We're talking about fear. I'm going to do a mini sound bowl healing session. Y'all know how I do each and every morning. I've been talking for a long time. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're releasing fear today. That's what we're releasing. We're releasing the fear, whether it be over fear of failure, fear of success, fear of love, of opening my heart to love again, fear of taking that next step, fear of going back to school. I had a client who's going back to school. She is 56 years old. She is afraid of going back to school, wants to go to school, wants to be a nurse. And it's okay. It don't matter when you start as long as you start, right? She did what she was supposed to do. Had her kids, got married, took care of the babies, made sure the babies got into college, and now she's going to school and in college with the babies in college. Amen. If you have a dream and a goal for yourself, it doesn't matter when you get to it. Just get to it. Whether that be you get to it out of the gate at 18 or you get to it at 56, it's still your goal. It's still something that you want. It's your dream. It's your passion. It's yours. And it does not matter. And she didn't allow fear to stop her from moving forward at 56 years old. How beautiful is that? What? How beautiful is that? Obedience is better than sacrifice. A to the man. Look. I be trying to learn how to pin stuff, y'all. I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning on TikTok. Look. I'm learning on TikTok. I be learning. I'm trying to learn. Ooh, pin the comment. Hey, man, look at me. I learned a new skill. Hey, look at me not letting the fear affect me. Hey, right? Because I could have been afraid. Like, ooh, these people don't know that I don't know nothing about TikTok. Let me stop. Right? Absolutely not, y'all. I tell y'all all the time, I don't know all the answers. I just know what God has told me and I share that. But I ask you to do your own research. Okay. Listen, we're talking about fear. And I'm going to utilize, you can hear in the background, I already have the frequencies playing, 396 hertz to get rid of fear, to get rid of guilt. It's already playing. So if you've been listening, if you've been hearing anything, you've been hearing the frequencies, right? So that right there is already putting your mind, it's already putting everything and getting you ready to release fear, right? We all have some fear of some type. Thank you guys. Thank you for sharing. I just saw some people share the live. Thank you guys. We all have some type of fear, right? I used to have a fear of snakes. Guess what I did? Really quick, before I go into it. Fear of snakes. I know this one is huge for a lot of people. A lot of people have a fear of snakes, right? Because of what society has taught us, right? And that's what I learned, right? Throughout dealing with my fear. I started doing research on snakes. Because I'm a big geek, big nerd, super intellect, right? So I'm going to do the research. That's one thing about me. I am the fact checker. Like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You said this. Let me go find out if that's really true. Or let me give you so that when I come back around, if the conversation ended there, I'm going to be like, yo, you said da-da-da-da. But did you know? Right? I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Like, did you know about bop, bop, bop on top of that? That's crazy, right? We had that conversation last week. But like, I went back and started looking up stuff. Like, and it just, I don't know. That's me. I'm the friend that has random facts about all kinds of stuff. And I literally, that's how I like go out and do networking. I'll literally just start talking. I'll just start talking. People be like, how do you know that? I'm like, I don't know. It's just, it's in my brain somewhere. It's I don't know. Like, people start talking about something, it'll trigger a random fact that I know. And I'm like, hey, real quick, I know you just said something about champagne bottles. Did you know? Like, they were like, no, I never knew that. That's crazy. I'm like, I know, it's crazy. Me too. Exactly. Listen, you know, random facts, right? Like, people be like, what? Yeah, right. Random facts. I know them all the time. But that's how I network with people. Because I don't know what it is about random facts. But people be like, oh, that's mad interesting. What do you do for a living? I'm like, yeah, I heal energy. I'm a wealth and wellness energy healer. Nice to meet you, Brittany Wilder. Like, that's just what I do. It's so funny. But you guys, when I started researching fear about snakes and snakes and the history and all the above, and how snakes, if you look back on like hospitals and anything that has to do with medical, you'll see snakes in their like logos and stuff, right? Because snakes are all about health and wealth. But isn't that crazy that in society, snakes are scary and they're this and they're that and they're slithering, and in the Bible, it's, you know, it was a snake, it was a serpent, it was, right? All those different contexts that we have about snakes, but snakes are really about health and wellness and good things. But we don't know that, right? Because we've only been told these stories, or we've read these different stories, and we've seen these different things. We've seen these different movies. Snakes on a plane, right? Like, come on, like what? So we've seen these different like negative consultations and all these different negative theories and ideas about snakes, and that's what we hold on to us. And that's why I was afraid of snakes. And I used to have like bad dreams about snakes, you guys. Like, I mean, like snakes all over the floor when I would get up out of the bed. Like, it was bad, a real fear of snakes, so much to the point where when I first moved out in Georgia and I had to do CPR, and CPR, when you're in Georgia, there's like tons of snakes, poisonous snakes, all kinds of snakes in Georgia, right? Like snakes in Georgia, all kinds of different snakes. I'm from Washington. I knew about gardener snakes. Maybe a black racer. That's probably as real as it gets in Washington. Well, where I was at in Washington, right? Out here, there's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of snakes, all kinds of anything, right? So I was terrified when I first moved out here 11 years ago, and had to take CPR, and they told me about like all these different types of snakes and the poisonous ones and the this and the that. And if you come across a snake, and then there was a snake in my building when I started working, I was done, right? But after I started doing the research and started recognizing that snakes are healing and wealth and about wellness and about making us better and about all the different things, right? Once I started doing the research, I was like, oh, they ain't that bad, right? So then on top of that, to reinforce that I believe that they're no longer bad, that I believe that the fear that I got was created by society and the way that society views snakes, I started wearing snake jewelry. I started buying snakes on outfits and shirts. And seriously, you guys, like, for real, you want to reframe your mind to no longer be afraid of things? Start making sure that you show those things and things that you wear and things that you see each and every day. Put it on your wall. I'm dead. When I say I'm dead serious, I am no longer afraid of snakes, you guys. When I say no longer afraid, I have snake jewelry. I have all kinds of stuff. No longer afraid of it, because I had to reframe my mind, and I had to do some different things to teach myself that these things are here to help. Snakes are more afraid of us than we are of them. What? I'd be afraid of something that was 6 times the size of me too, right? My boy's just trying to slither away. He don't know if you're going to hurt him or not. He just trying to get back home. Like, that's it. He's more afraid of you than you are of him. But isn't that crazy? I've been afraid of snakes all my life. Up until last year, because that's when I started actively working on my fear. And you can do that with anything. Anything. I do a fear and phobia technique in NLP that also helps. Obviously, I have techniques, right? So that helped as well. But these are the things you can do basically. Or you can schedule a one-on-one with me and we can release whatever fear you got. That helps too. Go ahead and go to y'all already know in the bio, go ahead and go in the bio, register, do your one-on-one, do a little free consultations right now this whole month. Free consultations. Get your consultation in and we can do some things. Right? Okay. But these are the things that you can do for free. Okay? I'm trying to help y'all out. Right? Start to really be intentional about the things that you say, about the things that you're fearful of. Yeah. Little representations here and there. Yeah. Start seeing it in a different light, positively. And I promise you, your fear will start to go away. Okay? But we're going to do 396 hertz. I'm going to go over there and play some bowls. Now, the bowls that I usually work on when it comes down to fear specifically, it really comes down to root chakra, obviously, right? Because fear is all about no longer being safe. It's about feeling unsafe. It's about feeling like, you know, I'm like whatever's going on is going to take me out, right? So definitely starting off with root chakra, that C bowl. We're going to go into also doing our solar plexus. Our solar plexus deals with our power, right? Our personal power, right? So fear can cause us to lose our personal power. So we're going to do solar plexus, our root chakra. We're going to work on both of those. That's the sounds that you'll hear. And then we're going to work on our heart, because our heart space also deals with us being fearful. Because when we get fearful, what happens in our body is that everything locks up. Our muscles lock up. We get tense. All these things happen, and then we lock our heart up. It's a defense mechanism, right? So we're going to work on root chakra for safety. We're going to work on solar plexus for personal power, so you can claim your personal power and be confident, because that's what it is. A lot of fear can take away from our confidence. So we're going to work on the solar plexus, personal power, confidence, feeling sure about where you are and who you are, right? That's solar plexus. We'll work on that chakra as well. And then the heart chakra, like I said, fear can lock your heart up. Like I said, a lot of fear of going into a new relationship, a lot of fear of being open to love, a lot of fear of what have you can lock us up, right? We don't want to be locked up. So those are the things that you're going to hear. I utilize my voice as well. Some warning signs. If you have any severe health issues, make sure you talk to your doctor first. And be intentional. Be intentional. What is it that you want to release? What is it that you want to receive? Two things that I want you to think about, okay? I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get it started. And I'm going to let y'all go, because I've been on this thing talking, y'all, for a long time. So, yes. Manifesting Sister Circle. Once again, February 22nd. Make sure you get your ticket. Do your thing. It's going to be an amazing group of women. Just releasing the things and getting to a place where we can receive. There's going to be a sound bowl healing session like no other. When I say God has been working with me to put together what that script looks like, you guys, I write my own scripts. I don't know if I told you guys that. I write my own scripts. Now I utilize my voice as well. And when I'm utilizing my voice, whatever song comes up for me. Whatever song God drops in my spirit happens. Whatever tune it is, it all comes directly from source. Sound bowl healing is spiritual. It's spiritual. So you might come for healing of a heartbreak, and I might feel that there's some body pain because you have some trauma from the past, or you have something going on. Well, guess what happens? Thank God that I'm in alignment. Thank God that God is telling me these different things about you, and I'm able to work that out as well. You may have came to me for stress and anxiety, but in the midst of your session, God drops in my spirit that there's some hurt and pain. There's some abandonment from your childhood, from your parents, from your family. And guess what happens in that process? We start to work that out of you as well. So I don't play about this. I love this work that I do, and it works. It works and has worked for me and has worked for so many clients, and it's just a beautiful thing. So manifesting Sister Circle. If you are ready to manifest the things that you want out of life, get rid of the things that are holding you back, get away from the fear, let go of the guilt and the pain and the shame, because shame will hold you back too like nothing else. And you're ready to walk into what it is that you truly want out of life and manifest the real life that you truly want without the fear of success or whatever, then come on out here to Atlanta. If you're not in Atlanta, if you're in Atlanta, or if you're down the street, drive here. It's only for a couple of hours on that Saturday, February 22nd. Get your ticket and let's go. Let's do this thing. It's going to be an amazing group. It's going to be an amazing time. And God shows up and shows out at each and every event that I've ever put on. Each and every event I've ever put on, God shows up and shows out. You do not want to miss that. Get into the room, ladies. Get into the room. Manifesting Sister Circle, February 22nd. Okay, here I go. I'm going to go over, do a mini bowl healing session. Go ahead and get your intentions together. calm your body, calm your minds, rest, relax, okay? 5-10 minutes of the goodness, right? It's just a little snippet of what happens. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I moved my bowls back. Yesterday, I had a session, and I just put them back and realized that I need a little extra room. So I'm going to adjust them really quick before we get started. But make sure you keep your intentions in mind, what you are releasing, what you are receiving. And actually, you can go ahead and take a few deep breaths. One breath in through your nose and out your mouth. Another breath in through your nose and out your mouth. In through your nose and out your mouth. And if it feels comfortable for you, go ahead and close your eyes. Relax yourself. Hope nobody is driving. If you are driving, you do not want to close your eyes. Please. Please don't. That would be tragic. In through your nose. Out your mouth. In through your nose. Out your mouth. In through your nose. Out your mouth. This fear has This fear has no place here. This fear has no space here. This fear has no place here. Whew. You guys, thank you. Thank y'all for being on. Thank y'all for your energy. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the gifts, the love, all the things. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for just showing up. I'll be on tomorrow, as always. And I'll see you guys then. All right. Love, love, love you guys. Bye.